was once alive. Time was on my side. I had hopes and dreams, but now so it seems these things are dead and gone. Like me, they're dead and gone. They buried my body down under that cold, cold ground. But though I have died, my spirit survives to wander this land forevermore. I'll wander this land forevermore.
Welcome back to Chapter 6 of our story, Wraith the Oblivion, Tempests of New Orleans. Chapter 6 is called Ashes to Ashes. Let's start, as we usually do, with a recap. What happened last week, players? Whoever wants to go first can start.
We got in trouble?
That's the norm.
We had a bit of a trial.
Yes,
Sort of?
you did.
Somewhat.
Somewhat of a trial. Just a little bit of a trial.
I'm just happy that I got to call out Sam Smith in front of everybody. And
Yes, that was
did
epic.
Not get sent to a fucking harrowing or whatever it was they were threatening me
Forging.
with. Yes, a forging. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, we got claimed by legions.
Yes, we did.
Yep. Whether you wanted to or not.
Yeah, that was not left up to us. They were like, okay, so we're going to let you off the hook for breaking the
Dictum
law.
mortem.
Yes, thank you. And they're like, we're going to have you go get this little boy. And Vissenta's like, yay, because I wanted to do that. And then they're like, and we're going to make you join the Legion. And she's like, shit.
Yeah. Should you find out what getting the little boy entails, may not be so happy about wanting to do that. Maybe about as happy as you are joining the Legion.
Vissenta feels bad, so
Yeah, I
she's
get
probably
it.
just like...
But remember, players, before we begin, who assigned your punishment?
What punishment?
I don't. Who did assign our punishment?
Hanging Judge
Oh, that's right.
Jim Jordan.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. You can do it. I ain't scared.
Okay.
Cassandra does not know any better. You
That's
must
true.
remember this. She ain't
true.
scared.
And Vicenta's just glad she's not that dude's pants, because he kept joking about turning them into a fat man's pants, and she's like...
Is that his
Thinking.
fetish?
Yeah, that pretty much. That's what she's sitting there concerned about.
Why
She's
does
like,
he keep bringing this up?
okay.
He said
Yeah.
it once.
Oh.
But that and the fact that she was a foreigner, though, they were like, oh, you're an immigrant. You're an immigrant. And then they're like, oh, you're a fiery immigrant. And she's like, oh, no.
So let's give some caveats with that. We are playing in 1908.
Yeah.
So there will be some things, dear listener, dear players, that come across in this game that are gross.
Oh, I know.
That are gross. They're brought to the game not to go, haha, this is, as you both know, but for anybody listening at home, they're brought to show that they're gross, not that we think it's cool. So let's throw that out there. Anyway, yes, the trial thing happened. What else?
I told Vissenta about the demon.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And Vicenta's like, what the hell? You made a deal with the demon.
And
What were you
Cassandra's like, I
thinking?
did not. I did not shake his hand.
Yeah.
That was awesome. I love that. Vicenta's like, it really doesn't matter that you didn't shake his hand. Like, that doesn't, you know.
To Cassandra,
She's like, I don't...
I thought you had to shake his hand. That's what the stories say. I believed I was in the right, but now I can see how this may have gone wrong. Now that he's like, yeah, that didn't work. And she's like, ah, fuck.
Yes. And she's like, tell me exactly what he said. And
Oh,
she's
yeah.
like, well. And then we kind of got to an understanding of what was going on, but it took a little bit. And then Claire is just like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? Like,
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why I'm even helping y'all because y'all are some fucked up bitches. And then Vissenta had to go get a makeover
Oh, yeah. Patches.
before she went to trial.
Yep. She had to get
And then
patched up.
Yes. And here's what I was talking about earlier over group chat. Because I didn't catch it when we were playing it. I caught it on replay. And then when I listened to it again, I was like, wait a minute. Because Patches like filed my talons down and like fixed my teeth. And then he like rubbed on my face and I was like, wait a minute.
Yes.
Was he shooting his shot?
No.
Like
No. If you'll recall, I said to make you look a little less dead.
Okay. And then I was like, was there something on her face? Like
Yes, death. Got a little death on your face there. Let me fix that up for you.
I mean, it's just like, well, I didn't know. Like
Yeah, it didn't work completely. Yeah. Well, and that's fine. I'm letting you know.
I thought you meant, like, because before he was like, I don't know whose diary that is. And, like, he was pretending like he didn't know. And then I thought maybe that slipped or something. So I had no clue that's what you meant.
Well, like
It's okay.
I was
I'm
just,
clarifying for you both. Sometimes.
yeah, because I mean, I think it's still Giacomo. I mean, I guess she could be confused, and it's not actually Giacomo because Dante never did confirm that. He was just like, "Oh,
Yeah,
his
that's
name's
true.
Patches," you know. So her
that's
dumbass
old
thinks it's
Patches.
Giacomo.
Yeah.
But and then because we had that whole issue when she Googled Giacomo too, where it was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
and then she went up and hugged him and kissed him on the cheek. So if that's not Giacomo, shit just got awkward for zero.
That guy's like, who is this lady?
Yeah, she real friendly. And then because afterwards you were like, and then he kind of caresses her cheek, and I was like, wait, was he shooting a shot? Like what's happening?
Nope. All business.
Okay. Well, then, and I was like, well, did it have something to do with what's her face like drawing a spiral on my damn cheek? I was like, what was? I didn't know.
I forgot about her.
But so there was that confusion. Do what?
I forgot about her. What's her
Yeah,
name
'cause
again?
my-
LaDonna?
Uh-huh.
La Donna de Amore,
Yeah. Okay. She's gonna be my grandsire.
the Lady of
Yes.
Love.
Oh, nice.
Well, I don't like that name. Why are you a lady of love? You better not have been hooking up with Ignacio while I was in the coffin.
Jesus.
I like how he dumped you and left you if he is gone. But if he's not gone, he's cheating on you.
Yeah.
I'm only gone for 600 something years, and
That was
you
not
waste
my
no
fault.
time.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just saying. You know for a damn fact, if it would have been reversed, would Vissenta have been flitting around even after 600 years? No.
She would not. You're right.
Yes. I mean, no, you're right. Oh. No, she wouldn't do that. I don't know. Probably not. Maybe.
Probably not. I mean, must be extraordinary circumstances.
Yeah. Maldo.
No. It will never be Maldo. No. No. Maldo already said he wasn't into that anyway.
Yeah. that's
So,
true. Yeah.
So he says.
well, I hope he was telling the truth because that shit's not gonna happen. She don't like him like that. In fact, she's probably like, this motherfucker's probably one of my descendants. And that makes her sad. So. Ugh. But,
Well,
okay, so that,
we'll
that
move
up.
from the world of conjecture
yeah.
Good call. We will get
To-
stuck there.
to the world of what's in front of us. Right now, for Cassandra, it's city streets. It's taking a few points of bashing damage, but we're not going to have you mark them because they go away as you hurriedly run through people, sides
Okay.
of buildings,
Fine.
trying desperately to get to the Montgomery home as fast as you can. And you find yourself there, standing in front of it. It is night at this point. You feel the shroud is still somewhat lower here because of the atrocities that have gone on, the reputation that this place has. The house seems more imposing and foreboding now than it used to when you were alive and you worked there. Especially in light of multiple murders that have happened on the property. There are lights on, burning in the windows. Lanterns. What do you want to do?
Look for Jacqueline. Actually, I would, if I'm panicking at this point, I would probably try and see if Paul is back at the house from the hospital. I'll look around and see if like they've welcomed him back.
Might be a 2-for-1. So before you go in,
oh my God, he's standing over her corpse.
give me perception plus alertness. Difficulty 7. Because you're just kind of doing a cursory glance at the house, windows at you.
Woohoo. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Go you. So, yeah, it's the first thing you notice. You look directly at Paul's room, his window. You know his bed is right next to the window. He's sitting on the edge of the bed. And with a wash basin, tending his wounds, is Jacqueline.
No. Do I see the axe anywhere?
No, again, second story, through the window.
Oh,
that
shit,
you're
sorry.
seeing this.
Well, I run up there.
Okay. So you run through the building. Now, I do need you to mark a point of bashing damage on your sheet because you're running.
Is that just one slash?
Yeah. Now, it goes away in like a minute. So
Okay.
it's not going to... It's just for if you immediately go up there and start swinging.
That's a plan.
then, and it's just him and her in the room as you come through. Lights are on. He's pretty beaten up. But give me another roll. Give me perception plus awareness. Difficulty of... Or actually, perception plus medicine. Difficulty of 7.
2. No, 3. No, 2, because there's a 1.
You saw how badly he was beaten the other night. You did the handiwork.
Mm-hmm.
How is he healed up this fast?
God damn it.
No.
It looks just like a little bit of bruising and lacerations at this point. Like
Then
his face should be puffy.
Then why
eyes
is she
swollen
tending
shut.
to his wounds? He should, if he's that fine. That's what I want to know. He doesn't need it. Get out of here. That's what I'm thinking.
She's doing it. She looks a little nervous, especially in light of what happened the other night.
Hearing me?
Yeah. Saying, get out. It's Paul. Remember? Because they were snuggled together
I remember.
in the outbuilding.
And
She
Derek's
seems
not here,
nervous.
obviously.
Do what?
Derek's not here, obviously.
Right.
He doesn't work here.
Right. She seems a little nervous. And then he speaks. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate you taking care of my wounds.
Okay, no. I'm punching him. No, should I whisper first? Okay, she already knows I said this, so if I whisper, I waste time. But if I punch him right in front of her, Well, then she'll scream and draw attention to it. That'd be pretty good. Yeah, I'm gonna punch him.
Shroud's pretty high right now.
I forgot what that means.
Means it's hard to do it.
I have no restraint. I can't do it. Because the devil's like, he's gonna kill her. And, yeah, I can't do it. Where's my stone hand punch? Oh! 200, okay.
So, are you really sure this is the best way to go?
What else would I do?
I don't know. I'm just saying. I mean, yeah, you can try to hit him, but what happens when you fail? Then she's gonna die. You gotta find a way to save her, not get her killed.
How am I gonna save her without punching him?
You really need to get creative.
I need to push him out this window. Wait, second floor wouldn't kill him, would it?
No. Second floor is not going to kill him. And then his little demon, look how well his little demon friend healed him up.
Jacqueline, that's real nice of you to.
No, I have to
wash my
punch!
face.
I don't want to hear him talk to her.
She's like, yes, sir. If that'll be all now, I'll be going. Yeah, that'll be all.
Oh, okay.
And he kind of looks her up and down as she walks out.
You fucker! He's not like reaching for an axe, like under the bed, is he?
No.
I'm waiting for a butt. You look like
Nope.
you have a butt.
I do have a butt, but it's neither here nor there.
Is she leaving?
Yeah.
Okay. Now I could start punching him till he dies. What do you think, Shadow?
Save her, but I also don't think we need to end up as that fat ass's pair of pants.
Oh my god. Would you shut your stupid lowborn bitch mouth?
You know,
You're not gonna punch him. And this is Paul saying it in
he
a
says-
weird voice.
Oh.
It sounds like two voices together.
Does this? Is it?
I was not around the other night. I am now.
Who are you?
None of your goddamn business.
So there's two of you?
Only one of me, baby.
Is the demon controlling you as well?
I'm gonna kill that bitch.
I'm gonna kill you first.
Just like I killed you.
I'm not scared
Just
of you.
like I killed that black bitch the other night. Just like I killed that stupid, and he uses the SPIC slur.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna keep on doing it.
No, you're not. You only have to do 7.
And this little meatbag is gonna let me do it.
How'd
As
you?
much as I want.
How did?
Because he believes that a damn demon's in control. There's so much at work you don't understand. Sweetheart, you got your whole natural existence ahead of you in the Shadowlands and the necropolis of Atlanta. Why do you want to mess up a perfectly good situation for yourself?
It's not good. What part of it is good?
You got your whole unnatural spiritual existence ahead of you.
Not if you kill Jacqueline.
Well, I tell you this. You try to make a deal with my friend again? Friend. I use that word loosely. My associate. Again.
Your boss.
He ain't my boss. I'm my own boss. You understand me?
I don't think so. Where were
I
you the
control
other night?
this ride.
Prove
And
it.
he gets up
Prove it. I
and,
bet
he,
Wants
you
some
would.
help?
and he's like, you see me right now, don't you?
I could.
Do you see me now? And then Paul falls to the ground,
Oh,
and a Klansman stands before you.
what the fuck?
Full decked out gear.
Well, If you want to punch this asshole,
Do
I'll
you
offer
see
some help.
this now? And this whip made of metallic black thorns with the ethereal purple blue glow
What the
extends
fuck?
from his hand. That little shit gave your whore ass a chance. I'm not gonna give you one. Now you listen to me. If that Ash's asshole wants Jacqueline, that's his business. You find me a stupid black bitch to get rid of, we might be talking. You find me some lowborn minority scum who needs to be taken off the street, then we might have a deal. But until you bring me some of that shit, this here's my ride. You understand, little lady?
I don't understand shit. How
Obviously you don't.
How do you think that I could find someone that Ashes would be okay with me getting?
I don't give a shit about Ashes. Ashes is a means to an end.
Who? What?
And
Who
he's
came
kind of
first?
looking around as he says that. He's like, you don't know shit about what you're into. Why don't you go live your own life? Leave this to me.
No.
With the weird shit.
Hell,
I am so confused. That's not her. That's me.
Your shadow's telling you to hit him with the weird shit.
I've abided. I
The
put
weird
up with
shit?
your nonsense.
Uh-huh.
Like the stone hand?
You dumb
No,
little,
like the
you
weirdness.
dumb little
Okay.
infant. And I'm not going to deal with it anymore.
What is
Paul's on the bed
weirdness?
holding his head. Just, I don't.
It debuffs him.
Oh, okay.
Mom, I lost time, Mom. And he's just mumbling to himself. And then he goes for his nightstand.
He's
And he slides it open.
who? Paul
Paul,
opens it?
yeah.
So
The Klansman guy looks like he's got a firm plant between you and Paul. And you understand completely that this is another Wraith.
yes.
A Wraith that was puppeteering Paul at
Yes.
that moment.
But does Ashes know about him?
Ashes is not around.
Why not? He said it was time. He should be here any minute now.
Should. What's going on? You're confused as hell. And that's where I want you to be. Honestly, as a storyteller.
Okay, yeah, I will take the Shadow's advice and cast Weirdness if that will debuff Paul.
What are you doing specifically?
I meant on the Klansman.
But he's a Wraith, and Weirdness only affects a living target.
Does it?
Yeah.
Ah, fuck. Well, then I don't know then.
Oh, okay.
It does debuff them. Weirdness.
Penalty to all
Like-
dice pools equal to the Wraith dot in Pandemonium, which is... fucking 1. Shit.
I see your little mind tooling up a situation where you walk out of here in one piece.
Yeah.
It doesn't exist if it means doing anything in this room to me or him. I'll tell you right now.
So you want me to find you someone to kill instead of Jacqueline?
Find me a stupid bitch who doesn't understand that this is our country, and then we might be talking. I'm
It has
almost
to
done
be-
with this asshole anyway. He's going to go to jail soon. Suits me just fine. They're going to catch him. But if Ashes wants one more, I'm willing to make this concession for you.
how
But
do
you
I
better
know?
not piss me off anymore.
I'm sorry. I just would really like to understand the terms of what I'm getting into because I tried to make a deal with Ashes and I fucked that up.
You sure did.
So how can I trust that making a
You
deal
can't trust shit. You're gonna do what I say, or I'm gonna fucking end you and send you down to the labyrinth. You get that?
That's gonna happen if you kill
Has
Jacqueline
anybody
anyway.
has anybody in that damn stupid Anacreon society told you about that? Now,
Mhm,
pause,
mhm,
because I know we're high tension right now.
mhm.
Take in what he just said, and then let's
Anacreon.
continue.
The labyrinth. Isn't that where
No, not even Labyrinth. What he
Oh.
just said, the Anacreon stuff. How does he know about that? Let's continue.
what's the Anacreon?
The Anacreons are the council you went before the other day, the judges.
So
they
you're-
weren't all there.
So
But-
you're saying he should not know about that? I thought he
No,
was just
no,
gonna
it's not that he
guess
shouldn't, but he knows you were there. What does that mean?
That he was there.
Maybe, maybe not. But
It's fucking
just
Sam Smith.
Or-
keep it in mind. It definitely isn't. The voice doesn't sound like Sam Smith. I'm
What
sorry, I
about
have a limited
My
repertoire.
Legion leader, the Confederate dude. Sound like
Does
him?
not sound like him. Doesn't sound like a voice you've heard. Well, yeah, that may be not true. Let's see. Give me wits plus investigation. Or perception plus investigation. Difficulty of 8.
One.
Okay. No, you didn't roll any ones?
I rolled 1-1, but a 10.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So 1. I mean, he's got a hateful ass white guy voice. You've heard a lot of them in
Heard
your
that
lifetime.
before.
But you do know that you haven't heard this voice before.
Okay.
You especially didn't hear it yesterday. It might be even harder to place. He might be throwing his voice for all you know. But it doesn't sound like anybody that you've heard before. Yet he knows where you were, and he knows about the Anacreons.
Okay. If I can't do shit to him or to Paul with him in there, so I'm thinking I may as well leave and check on Jacqueline, because I don't know what the fuck to do with this guy. He has completely turned everything on its head, and if I stay here, I'm just gonna get fucked up. So I'm gonna.
This is
leave.
horrible, but I don't know much about what you pictured about Jacqueline, but what kind of person is she
A kind person.
as far as ethnicity?
She's white.
Okay. So what he says next will make sense.
Okay.
I'll give you Jacqueline because she's white and she's pure.
Jesus.
You find me somebody else quick.
How quick?
I mean tomorrow.
Okay.
I'll tell you what you do. You go down to the church. You know where that is.
Which church?
St. Mark's.
Is that Father Casey's church?
No, that's the big church you went to for the trial.
Oh.
I'm going to give you something. He throws a paper at you.
I catch it.
And he throws another thing, and it's some charcoal. You write down a name and a location. Nothing else. You put this by the big rock under the oak tree, right by the church. You can't miss it. You have until 5 o'clock tomorrow to do it. You don't, I guess Jacqueline will work. She's a fornicator as it is anyway,
How
just like you.
Ashes is coming for Jacqueline tonight. How are you going to stop him?
Don't worry about him. I'll deal with him. He's just messing with you.
He's a full-on demon. And
Yeah, sure. Okay. Yes, he's a demon. He's going to get you. You better be careful.
I don't. This is not Cassandra talking. I don't feel like I have to do what he says because Ashes is gonna fuck him up anyhow. I'm more scared of Ashes than I'm scared of him. I don't think that this guy understands what Ashes could do to him, from what I have learned from Vissenta. So I feel like if I do that thing for this asshole,
Seems like he's aware of Ashes, though.
he is aware of him, but I don't think he understands because he doesn't seem to give a shit about him. But he's a fucking demon, and we're wraiths.
He laughed at you calling him a demon.
I know, but Vissenta told me he's a demon,
Sure did.
and I trust her more than I trust this dumbass.
That's a good point.
I mean, I feel like Vissenta would know the difference between a demon and a wraith.
Yeah,
It's true.
Is my thing. Like,
and the alarm that has been invoked because of the demon is more powerful to Cassandra than this racist asshole. So she's gonna be like, she has no motivation to do what he says because she thinks that Ash is gonna come and fuck him up. But since she has a day, she may as well go and look, because she's gonna know tonight whether Jacqueline gets fucked up. She's gonna know, because it's her fetter. So she may as well go through the motions of finding someone for this racist asshole, and if she feels that Jacqueline is dead, that solves
Tell
that
you
problem.
what, I'm feeling real generous, and just to show you that that motherfucker doesn't control me, I'm going to give you 2 days.
2 days, wow. Okay. Alright, you have a deal.
Just to show that there's no hard feelings.
Alright.
All I got's time, sweetheart.
Okay. Well, I'll get
Now
on
get
that.
the fuck out.
Okay, bye. She leaves.
You know,
Mhm.
your friend's an immigrant. Has an awful foreign sounding name.
She's dead.
Yeah, but doesn't she have family here? Family that she says is very, very, very dangerous to Wraiths.
Dangerous to Wraiths?
I'm
That's
just
a good
saying,
point.
you need a name and a location. Maybe this asshole gets more than he's bargained for. And if not, then hey, at least Jacqueline's in the clear.
I don't know. Vicento's really pissed that I made a deal with the demon. If I go back and say, hey, don't worry, but...
Are you walking out of the house as you're...
Yes,
okay.
yes. As I'm discussing it.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's a good thought, but yeah, I need to approach this cautiously. I don't want Vissenta...
Who said you had to approach her? Just do it.
No way.
If they're really as powerful as she says they are, then they'll have no problem.
No, because if it goes wrong, she'll blame me and think I'm out to get her. It's not a good idea.
And what's she gonna do about it? Really, what is she gonna do about it?
She could sick her family on me.
Well, would she have any left? I mean, if this
it
guy
goes
comes out on top,
Yeah, that's true.
what else is she gonna do? You know she can't fight. If it comes down to that, you know you can take her out just as easily.
Fingers crossed, is there any rule against going against another Wraith?
No.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So, Cassandra's putting this in her back pocket, even though she has no desire to get into it with Vissenta, but she's like, the other points you're making, I'm gonna talk to her about it. Thank you, Shadow.
And I fucked my own character up.
Okay, I'm gonna go try to find Vissenta. Not that I know where she is, but that's what Cassandra will do.
Okay.
Meanwhile, I will be waiting to see if I sense that Jacqueline has
I'm going to give you a
in fact
willpower back.
been murdered.
Because you stood up to something pretty harrowing and terrifying, and you're petitioning to save your friend's life.
Mhm.
Seems it falls into activism.
Thanks. Yeah, I guess it does, yeah. It feels way dirtier to make a deal with this guy than a literal demon, though.
Yeah.
It really does.
I'm like,
part
oh,
of the
I don't want to
reason-
do that.
Part of the reason why it took me so long to talk as a shadow, I was like, this asshole. And
I'm
I
like,
was
a
just
demon? You got it.
Ryan can't possibly make us do anything to hate anybody more than Ashes or Maldo. Oh no!
A racist guy!
A racist ghost.
like,
Dressed
ugh.
up like a ghost.
Yeah,
Oh,
fuck that guy.
Meanwhile, with Vissenta,
Mm-hmm.
correct me if I'm wrong, but you were heading back to Ella Messina's to tell her that there was some bad shit going down.
Yes.
Okay. You arrive.
Oh god.
The crypt door is slightly open,
Mm-hmm.
but it appears that no one's home. However,
Uh-huh.
regardless of whether anyone's home or not, that's how they would want it to appear.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I'll go down.
Okay. So you make your way downstairs,
Mm-hmm.
and on top of what you assume is La Donna / Olivia's tomb,
Mm-hmm.
a scene unfolds.
Huh? A
There-
what unfold?
A scene
Oh, okay.
in front of you.
Okay.
Gathered around the coffin is Ella Messina, Maldo,
Uh-huh.
and La Donna. Screaming and crying in pain on top of the coffin
Uh-huh.
with fangs in various parts of her body from various people is an old woman. She is dressed maybe not in regalia that you would recognize,
Mm-hmm.
but as people we would recognize as kind of what Nona's old grandmothers dress like in Italy.
Yes.
And she's just sobbing because, as you know, the Giovanni clan weakness becomes what, D?
Oh, yeah, the painful bite. But
Yeah.
Vissenta doesn't know that.
Right,
So she's confused.
right.
Huh.
And why is it painful to her if Ella Messina is a Cappadocian?
Yeah.
Why is it painful if Maldo's a Cappadocian? And then you realize that it's not because of that. It's because they're cutting on her and hurting her and killing her. All three of them. And in her final moments,
Mm-hmm.
before the light fades from her eyes,
Yeah.
you swear she looks at you. And crying, Signore, aiutami, por favore. Aiutami. Which means, please help me. And she dies. And as her last breath leaves, supernatural cocoon-like thing emerges from her mouth and lands at your feet. Doesn't look like the rest of them are aware of that, but they are aware of you being there. And Maldo wipes his mouth, says, "Hi, Vissenta, how are you? Hey, how's it going?" And Ella Messina wipes hers. "Oh, my child, welcome." And Olivia continues to feed and just waves her hand.
I'm sorry, Vissenta doesn't laugh. That's just me.
Yeah.
Just like, hey. I think Vissenta's just probably got a confused look on her face because she knows that shouldn't hurt, but she doesn't understand why they're cutting on her. Like, what? I don't know that she's necessarily saying anything. She's just looking very confused. Probably not going to give her an explanation, but...
They don't seem to be phased like they would expect you to expect something like this. It was cruelty. They fed cruelly.
My dear, what brings you back this night?
Well, a few things.
Yes.
I've been summoned to an island, and we'll be gone for a little while.
An island?
I cannot... Is it Eurydice?
Yes.
Eurydice?
Yes.
Eurydice, is that it?
Eurydice.
Eurydice. And she said, yes, I've been summoned to the Isle of Eurydice. And I don't know how long I'll be gone. And I wanted to tell you.
And Maldo's like, and where is that? I've not heard of that.
Vissenta's just like,
And
shrugs.
Elamacine is like,
It is a place within the Tempest. Talked of in some texts about the Lady of Fate dwells there. Is that correct, Vissenta?
And Vissenta's like, I guess.
That is what I have read. Well, thank you for telling me. Should you be summoned, it will be more difficult to reach you, is what you are telling us.
Yes.
I see.
Maldo's like, well, we'll note that. Thank you.
Is there anything else?
She goes, yes. And I'm trying to think of how because she's kind of upset that they're just feeding so cruelly. Like, she doesn't remember Elamacina feeding cruelly.
Mm-hmm.
I told you
But
you
that
didn't
was-
want to know what happened.
You know.
Something's
Yes.
wrong.
Yeah, something is... She goes, yes, also to let you know that the legions know that you're here.
The legions.
Yes.
Hmm.
They know that more Giovanni have moved into the area,
Then
which
they
I
know
assume...
to be afraid.
And you know how you look at pity at somebody like you don't understand?
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly the look Vissenta's giving her, like, yeah, you're missing the point. But she's
Well, she
kind of
takes that seriously at that look.
Tell me in truth, should this be a concern for us?
In truth, I don't know, but I wouldn't take it lightly.
Hmm.
I would also take the fact that they said that more Giovanni had moved into the area. You and Maldo are the more, which would imply that there are others already here.
Maldo goes, yeah, we know.
Well, good. And you should also know that we have a 666-year-old misadventure that's come back to bite us.
Hmm? What do you mean?
I mean, he was bound to Rena, and you said Rena met finding death.
I don't understand.
I guess it's been too long.
Yes.
Well, I would guard yourselves,
Wait,
and I would
wait. Do you speak of that demon?
Yes. I do.
He comes for me.
And me.
That is unfortunate. That tome was lost to me when I fled Venice. Many of my books were lost to me.
And at that, you can see her eyes are kind of welling up with red tears. Like that hurts her really bad. That she is having to think about the knowledge that was lost.
She goes to wipe kind of the tears, but then she realizes that it's not going to work.
Yeah.
So,
Ella Messina kind of, not pulls away, but just kind of like, is like, I don't need that type thing.
yeah, well, she was always like that, so.
Yeah. Maldo is like, well, Grams, what are we going to do?
Gramps?
Yeah.
You put some respect on her name.
I've been reading. We're family. Not just in name and blood. Isn't that right, Ella Messina?
She says, yes, it's true. That's how Maldo discovered me and our history through his family lineage.
It's like, if I get this right, and he's excited about it, like, seems genuinely excited. I'm your great, 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 maybe one or two more greats in there, grandson?
I told you you didn't want to know what happened to the Giovanni. This is disgusting and a disgrace.
Talking to Vissenta, right? Like,
Yes.
she's his grandmother, right? Is what he's saying.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought, but I was just making sure it wasn't Ella Messina that he's calling Grams.
I thought he meant her as
No,
well.
he means you. He's looking right at you as he says it. And he seems genuinely excited about it.
Of course he fucking is. Vissenta just is kind of like, which child?
Your daughter.
Vissenta just kind of nods. Because she does not remember Giovanna's name. She does not want to admit that.
Neither does Ella Messina. But then Maldo says it.
Uh-huh.
He goes, Giovanna.
And Vissenta kind of, you know how somebody kind of gets a glazed over look on their eyes?
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of how she's doing, because she's getting kind of sucked. The name is kind of sucking her back into a memory. And she's like, yeah. Yeah. She was my eldest. She was my firstborn.
Yeah.
She looked so much like me. Except his eyes, she had his eyes.
Why are we here
And
not
she's just-
with Ignacio?
What'd you say?
Why are we here not with Ignacio?
She's just kind of not like, kind of shaking her head, like to answer the shadow. Kind of like, but she still kind of has that lost in a memory look.
Well, his family reunion is touching, but Vissenta, this demon, can you see it? Have you seen it?
Yes.
Does it know I'm here?
Fingers crossed. I don't know if he knows that she's here or not.
That's true.
Like, I don't know what he knows.
That's true.
I don't know. I don't know what he knows.
Do you think he could cause you harm?
I don't know.
I will need to consult and find a course of action. But if you could find information out about this creature, anything you can provide would be beneficial.
Yes. And I will do so.
Be cautious, my child.
I will be as cautious as I can. I will seek out what I can and try to get word to you. That's why I wanted to tell you, because they're going to make me go to the island. They've already found
you.
me. Yes, make me.
Why are they making you?
Because apparently that is how it is done. I had 3 of them fight over me.
You are being pulled into Stygian politics now, aren't you?
Not by will.
Well, whatever you're learning, would you share with us? We would very much like to know.
Yes.
Thank you, Vissenta.
I don't know what she said. The mic cut off.
I said, thank you, Vissenta.
Oh,
Just
okay.
in gravelly,
Okay.
Messina voice.
Be careful. The
I-
Legion of Fate claimed me.
Legion of Fate.
Yes. Fate.
Appropriate, I suppose.
And worrisome.
Fate may not be done with you yet. It obviously is not.
I had hoped it would have been.
My fate should be with Ignacia. Why is it taking so long to be with him?
I have to try to make arrangements to stall. I will try to stall for a few days. But you should keep your presences low.
Okay, we will. Yeah, sure.
And she kind of looks at Maldo and she goes, I mean it.
I know you do. Yeah, I understand. Yeah.
Does he understand, or is he just being a butthole?
Well, give me perception plus empathy.
Yeah, fuck, I ain't got no empathy. Okay. What's the difficulty?
Working on it.
Okay.
7.
Botch.
Okay, I don't even need. Well, I do need to roll just in case I botch. And botch. How many dice were you rolling?
3.
Oh God, yeah. No, he seems sincere. You really sternly believe him. It seems like he's taking what grandmotherly advice you have into consideration. Like this newfound revelation has triggered a newfound amount of respect in him to you.
Vissenta may be kind of like softening up because this is a descendant of Giovanna, but at the same time, it doesn't lessen my suspicion of him.
I understand.
She's just gonna look at him and she goes, "Fate will always have her due, and it is not a price that is fun paying."
He just nods.
And she's gonna look at El Messina before she leaves, and she goes, "You make sure he understands that."
Yes, my dear, I will.
I'll be back when I can. And she leaves. An extreme disappointment.
What do you?
Oh, can I grab the call on the way out, like without it being like super obvious? Let me just like, can I just kind of like kick it like up the stairs or something?
Well, it'll just look like you're. I mean, they see you; they're attuned to you.
Oh.
So it'll look like you're just carrying something, or kicking something.
Would they see this? If I just got the scythe and like carefully like.
I mean, they'd see you do something.
Maybe you can come back when they're sleeping.
I gotta go beat Dante, and I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen, and I don't want to leave this call down here.
Well, just take it then. What are they gonna say about it? What do they give a shit about? I don't know. What are they gonna do? You're your old woman now.
I guess,
Your
yeah.
old dead woman.
I guess at this point she is just gonna kind of reach down and pick it up and just kind of throw it over her shoulder and start walking out. If they say anything, she's gonna be like, "Wraith, business."
And El Messina goes,
Fascinating. She continues her father's work, I suppose.
Maldo's like, as long as that's okay, you know. And he says it just that way, as long as, and then stops himself. That's okay.
Weird.
Did they not think I was an earshot or something? Or did they say that in another language?
No, they said it like they don't care that you hear, like they're observing a specimen.
Mm-hmm. And now she's pissed. I'm trying to think if she would say something. She'll just kind of stop and she'll look at him and she goes, "And do you think duty to this family stops at only your side?"
That was her shadow.
El Messina.
Of course not. It never has.
And she looks at Maldo and she goes, "And you put respect on my father's name." She goes, "Because you're descended from him too."
Yeah.
Yes, Nona.
Hey, that's better than Graham's, says your shadow.
Yeah, no shit. And then she's kind of leaving and she's I kind of want her to mutter about like, I'm not gonna have her mutter. Never mind. She's just gonna turn around and leave. But yeah, it's not. She feels a sense of duty, like I'm definitely gonna work with this call, but at the same time, she's just like, what the fuck? Like last time, she's all like, "I loved you, and I love you, and I miss you," and now it's just like, "Oh yeah, you're just bleh," you know.
Yeah.
She's too wishy-washy. What the fuck?
It's depressing. Seeing them.
And
It's
I mean,
acting like
almost like she is really affectionate when it's just you and her.
yeah.
Like she's trying to be detached,
Uh-huh.
and teach lessons to Maldo.
What kind of lessons?
Lessons that, in a distant memory, come back to how detached she was when she showed you about spirits. And then a further realization.
Mm-hmm.
How much of that duty to family shit was true. Especially when it came to spirits. Were they just a tool for her all along? Did she not see the things the same as you? And I'm being the shadow right now, planting those things. Meanwhile, what's Cassandra doing?
Looking for Vissenta.
Vissenta, where are you heading?
I mean, I'm up at the top, and I'm going to open this call.
Okay. So
And keep in mind, with Cassandra knows what cemetery Vissenta goes to, because Vissenta told her a few sessions ago.
Oh yeah, that's right. I do.
Just so you know, like that is character knowledge. That
I'm going to make you roll for it to see if you would think of it in this moment.
Yeah, because honestly, she would probably just go to the library first.
Right.
But yeah, because she doesn't know where your legion would be. So
Give me wits plus meditation.
Where the fuck? Oh, I see. Okay. What's the difficulty?
Difficulty 6.
4.
Our first instinct is to go back to the library, and then you remember conversations with her, and then also you realize that she would probably go tell her family about this demon because she was upset at me.
Yeah.
So
Okay, cool. Then I'll
go
head there.
All right. So you're opening the call.
Yes, there's a process to it, isn't it?
There is. If you're doing it gently,
I am.
I believe you spend a point of willpower.
Ah, fuck.
Yeah.
I can. Yeah, I'll do it, but that's the last willpower that I can spend.
How many do you have left?
1.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
I mean, it's what Dante asked her to do. It's part of her duty, and she is a caretaker, and she just saw this old lady be brutalized.
Yeah.
And she doesn't want to rip it. And the lady looked right at her and said, "Help me."
Yeah.
And I think that with her ultimate nature, which is to take care of people.
Yeah. I'll give you a willpower back for that, as a matter of fact.
Sweet.
Because
I just think
you know the. Yeah, no, you know the risk to yourself, and you know that you're at your wit's end, and yet you're so tired too, you know, and yet you still persist and do that. So I think that's worth a point of willpower. So you'll have 2 left, I guess, because it washes basically. Gain 1, lose 1. So you kind of interact, and it takes about 30 minutes to gently release her from this. And in that time, as you get into the last couple of minutes, you hear ghostly footsteps behind you.
Vissenta.
So she just kind of holds up a finger like, wait a minute.
Okay.
Okay. All right, you're going to roll charisma plus empathy. Difficulty of 9 minus, do you have any memoriam?
No, I couldn't, because nobody remembered me.
Oh, yeah.
But I thought it was the one you were reaping's memoriam.
Oh, that's right.
Okay.
It'll be difficulty 7 then.
Okay. Oh, please, please, please. It's only got 2 dice. Oh, shit. I dropped them. I got 2 into it. I got a 9.
Okay.
And a 3. That's all I got.
Okay. 1 success is all you need.
Okay, sweet.
So you feel a connection, and you're holding this woman and gently pulling the call from her, and she is sobbing, and then clutches you and just continues to cry for a while.
Cinta's just going to hold her and kind of stroke her hair because she knows that was a very traumatic death.
You do regain 4 pathos.
Oh, holy shit.
Damn.
And she's just, grazie, grazie. And then in a language, that's universal to all wraiths, Cassandra, you can understand too, is, why did they do this? Why? Where am I? Why did they do this?
What is your name?
My name?
Yeah, I need to know what to call you. It could be a nickname. You don't have to tell me your real name if you don't want to.
And she just, she's having to get herself together, and she's like, Isabella.
Isabella, my name is Vissenta.
You are from Italy?
Venice, yes.
Really?
Yes.
The axe that I see. You're very old. No offense, my lady.
It's okay. I am quite old.
Am I dead?
Yes, Isabella. You have died.
Is this heaven?
This is purgatory.
I've not been a sinner.
It's not.
I was baptized and served God my whole life.
Yes, as was I. Fingers crossed. That was the unlife, though. My actual life, I had a few hiccups, but other than that, did pretty good. She goes, "You have unfinished business. This is not punishment. This is so you can resolve unfinished business."
I don't have any. I wish to see God.
That was my wish at one point as well. Perhaps you were being held here until the second coming.
Maybe, yes.
But there is a place for you. Come, I will take you there. And I will show you to people who can help you. They can help you adjust.
Cassandra, what are you doing?
Just waiting.
Okay. Are you following her?
Are y'all leaving?
Yeah, and I'm motioning you to come on, because I'm gonna take her to the big church, because I don't know where else. I don't want to just. Okay, good luck.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Right.
Okay.
So I'm trying to take her to the place where we got put on trial, and I'm gonna have a really hard pressed time answering why especially when she tells them how she died, why I was there.
Yeah.
I just now realized, but
Good point. Maybe you were looking for the vampire who turned you? I don't know.
You know what? I mean, I could say that. You know what? Vincent is probably just like, shit. But it's too late. I did this, and now I got to see it through. And she probably has that look of what the fuck am I gonna tell these people?
Well, Cassandra's not gonna help at all because she's going to whisper to you.
Mm-hmm.
I need to talk to you about ashes.
And Vissenta nods okay, we'll talk. She kind of leans into you and whispers, let's get her to, is it St. Mark's?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's get her to St. Mark's and then we can speak.
Okay.
Because Vicenta's also got to catch that midnight train too.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
So it's ah!
It's about 11 o'clock.
It's
That's-
what?
It's about 11 o'clock as the bell tolls.
Okay.
Isn't that train, doesn't that train go through where they're going though?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, so it's on her way. So yes, everybody just go this way. And she's kind of talking to Isabella.
Mhm.
Okay, and she goes, "How did you end up here, Isabella? Tell me about your life."
Those people killed me.
I understand that, but how did you end up there?
The young man, he told me that there would be bread for my family if I would follow him. We've had a hard time adjusting to America. I'm so old I can't work as well as I used to. And he told me to follow him, and he spoke Italian, and so I believed him. And then
Yes.
he hit me and took me and told me, and I don't know how he did it, but I felt like I had to follow him. He hit me and slapped me in the face and told me to look at him. And he called me a bitch, and then he told me to follow him, and I felt like that was the right thing to do all of a sudden.
And Vissenta's like, she's thinking back because she's like, we couldn't do that. She knows that she didn't have Dominate, and she knows that sounds like Dominate, and she knows that Ella Messina used to not have Dominate. Now maybe she could have learned it since then.
Right.
But she's thinking this doesn't add up. And then she's thinking, well, if he can dominate humans, if he can dominate kind, can he dominate Ella Messina? And yep. She kind of has a memory triggered of Ella Messina sitting on at a picnic like table in a park a long time ago. Long before she looked like, Crypt Keeper.
Mm-hmm.
And remembering her looking confused and some voice saying, "Oh yes, Ella Messina, we were just discussing your upcoming trip to Negroponte. Now, if you will excuse us, we have some things to discuss with your child and Miss Roselli." And she remembers Ella Messina being very confused, and so then she kind of snaps herself out of it, and now she's wondering, well, is Ella Messina being dominated? Is that why the change in personality is so acute? But then she also realizes this woman's gonna go spill the fucking beans.
As you're walking to the cathedral, both of you give me perception plus awareness.
Difficulty
of 7.
4.
3.
Both of you see him standing off on a street corner underneath one of the balconies, so famous in the French Quarter, a few blocks from where your destination is. Sam Smith.
Oh.
He's just watching you go.
I don't give a shit about him right now. I ignore him.
I'm gonna...
Yeah.
Just 1 second. Remember, anything I send is for the shadow.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Um.
So yeah, he's just kind of watching you go and like not interested, just kind of sour grapes look, you know.
But oh shit. Cassandra, your shadow goes, look at that fucker standing up there. I bet you could go ahead and take him out. Sitting there throwing you under the trolley car like he did.
Yeah, I got bigger fish to fry right now, though.
Yeah.
Your shadow is trying to think of how to get rid of... What if we could get rid of Isabella so you wouldn't have to squeal?
In her head, she goes, no,
But
this is a duty.
It would protect your family name.
But it would not continue on a family legacy.
Well, you already reaped her.
Yes, and now I have to take her to where she is safe. We're not doing this. We are not going to further sully the Giovanni like
At
what we
this
just
point,
witnessed.
Cassandra can't wait anymore, and she tells you that there's somebody other than Ashes, and he wants a sacrifice, and he wants an immigrant.
And you know that look that somebody gets that is like, fuck my life. That is the look that Vissenta has on her face.
She's like, I don't know what to do. I don't want to help this guy, but if what he's saying is true, this could save Jacqueline. And she's like hissing this to you so Isabella doesn't hear, but she's like, he wants me to put a name there.
Did he give... She hisses at you. She goes, did he give you his name?
No.
And she whispers to you, always get their name.
Oh, okay. Well, I was wondering if your family could, like, I don't know, ambush him. And the shadow's like, you don't need their family for that. You've got this Isabella. You've got her name.
She's already dead. He wants to kill a mortal. And she says that in her head. She's like, no, let's get her safe.
What are you talking about?
Just how to keep you safe, ma'am.
Okay. She seems a little nervous.
Cassandra shuts up.
Are we almost there?
Yeah.
Okay, because Vissenta tells her as they get closer, she goes, they're going to ask how you died, and you're going to tell, and I'm going to speak for you. And then I have to catch a train.
Is that normally done?
I am assuming so. I'm a little new to this process.
Okay.
But I don't want to leave you out on your own. There are people out here who would take advantage of you.
Well, you come in and the place is a lot less crowded than it was. And there's a clerk sitting at a desk, definitely a spirit. And he's got glasses on that look like almost like the nose bridge, and the glasses, you know, the things that hold the glasses themselves, the frame around them. They almost look like scales of justice.
Oh, that's cute.
And they rock kind of side to side as he talks.
Oh, that's cool.
And he's kind
that
of
makes me nervous.
wiry looking, and they look balanced at the moment. And he says, "Yes, ma'am. Can I help you folks?"
Yes, my name is Vissenta Rossi. I just reaped...
The scales tilt a little bit. He doesn't seem to notice.
I just reaped this Isabella.
Huh?
And
kind of go back to where they were.
What's your last name, Isabella? Cassandra asks.
Delalo.
Beautiful.
And Vicenta's giving you a look like, don't you fucking even. After the conversation that they just had.
Nothing. Not saying anything else.
But then again, she's like, oh, I did just tell her to get all the names. Like, she's like, I'm sending mixed messages to my people.
Cassandra's thinking that she may have family that is alive. And she feels dirty asking for it, but she's like...
And Vissenta did not even click that was what... She goes, yes, I'm new to the Legion of Fate. And I wanted to bring her here so that she could be adjusted and helped and educated. I was told to go to Eurydice, and I have to leave on the train. Can you see that she's helped?
Oh, the train doesn't go to Eurydice.
I understand that, but it goes to Stygia, and then I'm leaving from there.
Well, you got a long trip ahead of you.
Great.
How long? Like, more than 2 days?
Time's relative, I guess. You'll arrive in Stygia pretty quick. You'll arrive at midnight. Always do. He grabs a big book out, and he's like, okay. Appreciate you doing that while you're in town. Rare to have your folks up here, I suppose.
And now Vissenta's really not liking what she's hearing. Like, what do you mean rare? Like, I got betters and shit down here. Like, I can't.
Does he mean Italians or Legion of Fate?
Sounds like Legion of Fate.
Oh, okay.
Like, she got nervous look on her face.
So, Delalo, first name. And she says, Isabella. Okay. And he writes that down. He says, manner of death. These people sucked my blood.
Vissenta's just kind of like, oh my god. And Vissenta goes, she was murdered.
Murdered by who? I don't know them. They, this young man hypnotized me or something and took me down into a crypt and he sucked my blood. And they all sucked my blood. And he kind of looks at you like, at you, both of you, like, all right, can you, what do you know about this?
I shrug at him.
I mean, this...
Sorry.
Okay, I need just a second out of character. Oh God, Vissenta, how are you gonna spin this? Because bitch, I told you to let me talk.
Well, she sure didn't.
She sure the
Her
fuck
old
didn't.
tales used to you can tell, just saying what she wants to say.
Yeah, and she's like, oh, I'm old enough to be your Nona. You let me talk.
Is there a way to convince him that she's a little crazy? Like she didn't get.
Try.
I don't want to. Okay.
I mean, we could try.
I don't like his scales though. If they're feeling out the truth.
It doesn't
I know
look like
that
they're doing much of anything right now, but
yeah, but
staying
I
straight.
said
The truth
I said-
is being told.
yeah, but I said my name was Rossi, and it's like,
You're
oh,
like,
it's like, oh, fuck.
It didn't seem like that bothered him that you lied about that. It didn't seem like he noticed that those moved.
Yes, but if I sit there and tell a whopper and they go, whoop, she just looks at him and she goes, oh, please, Lord, baby Jesus. She was a victim of fate. A dark fate.
Ma'am, would you say that that's accurate in what this Legion of Fate person is saying?
Cassandra kind of
Like he seems like he knows the jig, like you're trying to recruit for your own Legion.
Cassandra kind of puts her arm on Isabella's shoulder and kind of nods encouragingly.
No, they tricked me. They told me they would give me bread.
What a dark fate
That is
is,
a
my dear.
Shame for immigrants in this country to be lured because of their status. I know
And-
exactly what that was like when I was alive. Being treaded all over because you could have been manipulated by someone in a status higher than you.
Okay. Well, nature of death's all I really need. this point. Ma'am, if you can come back here tomorrow, I understand you have a lot to take in. Understand that you won't be able to interact with your family. You have passed on. We need to hold on. And he digs in a drawer and he pulls out a book. I need you to read this and bring it back. And it is a familiar title, Handbook for the Recently Deceased. I need you to kind of understand what's going on in the city. And this will kind of get you up to speed. Understand interacting with your family, even if you feel like you can, that breaks what we call the dictum mortem. And you don't need to do that. You need to come back tomorrow. We'll kind of get you orientated and we'll talk about what's going to happen, okay? There'll be some people that can help you. And he kind of nods at you both. Does that sound good?
I'll look at Vissenta. But I'm nodding, too.
You don't have to be here. She can handle herself, but...
Vicenta's just kind of like, it was a dark fate.
Oh, as you say, but that's for the court to decide.
And
But if you want to lay claim, you can sign in the ledger that your legion lays first claim by rights of reaping.
what
If
all
you feel
will be
she's
taken?
fated, I don't begrudge any legionnaire for feeling that that person belongs to their legion.
She's thinking like, I don't know if this bitch is in my legion or not. But damn it.
If I claimed her, what kind of repercussions would that have? This is out of character.
Well, you are the Grim Legion.
Yeah, but
See what
would
And you
I
reap
have
murder.
to like?
But if you're the Grim Legion, you say no, she was murdered.
Yeah,
Like
would-
I know she's saying that this was some weird, it looks like it was a weird cult murder.
Yeah.
I.e., not vampires. just weird Satanists or something.
Yeah, Cassandra's gonna be like, sorry to interrupt, but I am a member of the Grim Legion. It sounds to me like a murder. Isn't that right, Isabella?
They murdered me, yes.
Yeah. Not
Listen, just kind of looking at you like,
All three of them in the crypt. This young man named Maldo. This woman
This sounds
named
like
Ella Messina.
what the fuck? Okay.
And this one woman who they kept calling the lady.
so it sounds like it was a ritualistic murder, is what you're saying.
That's horrifying.
Perhaps they were
They
Satanists
bit
or
me
something.
with fangs.
People don't have
goodness.
fangs.
And at that, he kind of looks up and then looks at, both of you like, perhaps the Penitent Legion then.
Which one? What is that again?
That's for the crazy people.
Oh, okay.
And
You haven't ever
Vicenta's
heard
like,
of it. Player
oh,
knowledge.
oh, I haven't?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
No.
And Vissenta goes, what's the Penitent Legion?
It's for those who maybe aren't, in their full faculties and something happens to them and they don't quite understand the world.
Vicenta
And he kind of
just
makes a
looks at him.
swirl on the side of his head like the crazy thing
And
as she's not looking.
Vicenta starts nodding when she's not looking like, yep, that one's it.
Yeah, Cassandra does too. Like,
Oh, you both agree to that?
mm.
Well, William Miller is on site. I could go get him and he could kind of see, if you don't mind hanging on a second.
See what?
Am I good?
If
Brain.
she's a good fit for the Legion.
Oh, I suppose. Sure.
All right, one moment.
Uh,
And he just goes off before you can say another word, like he's just a busy man.
oh god.
Vicenta's just
Cassandra
looking
does
at
not
you.
give a shit about this.
Man,
She's
Vicenta
like-
does. She's sweating. If she could
Vicenta,
sweat bullets, she would
Vicenta.
sweat bullets.
Let's just take her to Sam Smith and get out of here. I have to tell you about this shit. If you're gonna be gone for 2 days, I can't help
I'm not
Jacqueline.
taking her. I'm not going to take her to Sam.
He comes
I'm not
walking
giving that
back with
asshole
a
anything.
tall, kind of handsome guy. White guy, brown hair. Most people in New Orleans are white guys with brown hair. But this guy's pretty tall. Comes walking over and he's like, all right, what do you got to show me? And
this lady says she got bit to death. We think she was murdered. I know she was murdered, but we think maybe she would be a good fit for your legion, if you know what I'm saying.
Why would she be a good fit for mine, you think?
Tell about what happened to you, Isabella. And she kind of like gives a look to the guy, like, listen to this.
These men, this man, they come up and they bite me. And they suck my blood and kill me. He goes, I don't believe that. Vampires don't like garlic.
Was all this a setup for this joke?
No.
And Vissenta is just thinking, now that's horse shit, but we're going to lean into that horse shit big time. And she's like...
He just kind of looks at the other guy, and the other guy kind of... Yeah.
Cassandra's wheels are turning. Like, wait a minute.
Cassandra needs to roll wits plus alertness.
Okay.
Difficulty 8.
3. Oh, is this clansman?
I don't know.
Oh my god.
1, 2, 3, -1, so 2.
You're not 100% confident, but you're about 90% confident that voice coming from that man is the same voice you heard earlier.
Oh, fuck. She nudges.
And he's the Anacreon of the Penitent Legion.
Okay, she nudges Vissenta, but cannot do anything. But she just wants to be like an alert, like, uh-oh, something occurred.
And Vissenta's just kind of like, I don't know what to do.
No,
like,
just saying it. Okay, I cannot let on that I know who he is, so...
And he's kind of looking at you like, everything all right?
I don't understand why anyone could not like garlic.
Oh, garlic's delicious. I'm just making a joke.
I miss garlic.
Vicenta's like...
I miss garlic. Anyway.
Well, yeah, she might be a fit. Tell you what, we'll talk tomorrow to the governor and see what he says. Lady, you got a place, family you can stay with. Go visit. They're probably your fetters. That means something that keeps you here on this world. You might want to go see them, but don't, talk to them too much. They don't like that.
I would be.
All right. I'm sure y'all folks have a lot to do. I'm going to leave you to it. I'm going to get back to what I need to do. Herschel, I'll let you get back to yours, okay?
Oh, this asshole's breaking the dictum mortem.
How?
Because skin writing, you're not supposed to. That's no.
Yeah, and player knowledge, he's using forbidden, like not just dictum mortem. He's using forbidden arcanoi.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Vissenta's just doesn't know any of that. That was just me, apparently. Never mind.
Oh, I didn't either. I was just like, it's the asshole. I'm going to quickly pull you aside, whisper.
And he kind of goes off, and she's like, Isabella's kind of just sitting there with you.
Just a moment, Isabella. I need to talk to her for a second. I pull Vissenta aside, say, I think that's the guy who was in Paul. And then I will turn back to Isabella and say, if you'd like me to come with you to where your family is, I'll be happy to take you. And she does not sound jazzed about that at all.
Okay.
Vissenta leans in. Because did you tell her he wanted a foreign?
Yeah.
And Vissenta leans in and goes, well, if that's him, I guess God just dropped a gift in your lap.
Yay.
And she doesn't say that happily. Like,
yep.
She says that with a lot of sarcasm because she can't. She's in a rock and a hard place. If she helps this woman, it's going to expose her family.
Yep.
And if she doesn't help this woman, she feels like a dickwad.
Yep.
Like I said, 90% sure. You're not 100, but the voice sounds the same. Sounds similar.
Well, regardless, even if it's not him, she's still going to try to get one of Isabella's family, get their name.
And Vissenta doesn't even make that connection still because there's too much shit going on in her mind. So Vissenta just looks. Herschel, was it?
Yes.
Where's the train? I really cannot miss this train.
It'll be coming through near, the station. You go 2 blocks north and, no. 4 blocks north. And he pulls out a pocket watch and kind of taps at this, the glass is all cracked and stuff. Should be here in about 15 minutes.
Thank you. And she looks at Cassandra like, tag, you're it. And starts running off the direction that he told to go.
Cassandra sighs and smiles at Isabel and says, "Shall we go meet your family?"
Will they see me?
No, they won't. I know, but sometimes it feels nice to see your family.
Yes, I would like to.
Okay, let's go.
All right.
I don't know what your shadow would say. I don't know if your shadow would be like, protect Jacqueline, or could you...
Yeah, I feel like my shadow would be like, yeah, this is what's got to be done. Cool. Get it done.
Yeah. Yeah, that's... Okay. See? You've got this. Just get a name. I bet you could even get a couple. I bet he could pick and choose.
Mm.
And then it's not really your fault.
We'll see.
All right. So you take this lady down to a part of town you're familiar with. It's a poor part of town.
Mm-hmm. Daisy, hush.
Not too far from the orphanage. And
From my orphanage? Her chew is down there. I'm trying to
Oh.
get it.
yeah, from your old orphanage. And the buildings don't look the same as you wander through places that are more ragtag and broken down.
I'll point out
You
to
can
her. That's
see-
where I grew up.
You can see, haunts and places that spirits look like they've claimed for their own. It's the first time you've walked down here.
Mm-hmm.
And you realize that the place it kind of clicks with you. You didn't see much in the French Quarter except this one area, but you know that this little lot next to St. Michael's where this is, there's really nothing there. Where the Wraith, quote unquote, St. Michael's is, whereas you go through this area where most people don't want to live, it looks a little more populous. Like there's more activity in this necropolis here.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, there's so many of us.
Yeah, there are.
Most of the Wraiths are going about their business, not trying to be bothered.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not like, Wraith City or something, but there's a noticeable amount.
Mm-hmm.
And you arrive at this, small tenement building. And she's like, here we are.
Oh, okay.
Do you want to come in and see them?
I would love to.
I'll tell you who they are.
Thank you.
Okay. And you go in.
You solving all these problems all by yourself. I mean, shit, Vissenta didn't do anything to help you. Look at you.
Hey, she reaped her.
Okay, I'll give you that one. But look, you're gonna save Jacqueline, and oh my gosh, you're gonna get rid of this demon. And because that asshole said the demon was nothing, said Ashes was nothing.
Yeah, Jacqueline hasn't been murdered yet. And it's almost midnight.
Yeah, look at you. Look at how great you're doing.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm gonna
man.
get this taken care of.
You so are. You're going to take care of them all.
Yeah.
Okay. So she brings you up the stairs, and the door happened to be open when you went through. When she gets to the door, to go in. She's just looking at it. She's like, do I knock?
No. We can just go through.
What? Can you show me?
And I'll take her hand and take her through the door.
She's just like,
Don't do that with people, though. It doesn't feel good. Oh, my bashing went away, by the way.
Yeah.
Because I didn't fight fucking clansmen.
So, you find yourself in a maybe 2-room building, and there's about 6 people crammed in there.
Mm-hmm.
And she just kind of goes through names and starts naming off people. This is Joseph, that's, Arnold, and their Italian names is like, Giuseppe, Arnaldo,
Mm-hmm.
And then she comes to one and she's like, and that is Pasqualina, my granddaughter.
Is she
And she's pretty.
young?
She fits the bill.
Pasqualina Delala, what a beautiful name.
Soon to be,
God damn it.
I believe her husband, his last name was Maltonaldo. We're saving up for their wedding right now.
That's beautiful.
Her, Jacqueline, don't lose your nerve now. You've got this.
Do you know any other families who your neighbors?
Oh yes, we
There's
know all our neighbors.
Are they immigrants as well?
Yes.
Don't make it obvious, Cassandra. There's always going to be a sob story. There's always going to be a reason you can't make the hard decision. You're the only one who can save Jacqueline. Sometimes you have to break a few eggs to make an omelet. You ought to remember that.
I've never been to this part of town, not since I grew up.
It's not much, but we didn't have much in Italy either. But I think in America we have a chance to make a good life for ourselves. And I look at her, and I see how happy she is with him.
That's wonderful.
And I think that maybe they'll have a good life, and their children and their grandchildren will have a good life, huh?
I hope so.
I sit with them. I sit in my chair. They seem worried, though.
Worried?
And you start to listen.
Mm-hmm.
You can't make out what they're saying because it's all in
Yeah.
Italian.
What are they worried about?
Me. They say I should have been home by now.
Oh,
The sons of bitches killed me. They're in the graveyard.
they won't hear you. I'm so sorry.
This hurts.
I know. I'm sorry.
And like the men are getting on coats, look like they're going to look. And they're arguing with Pasqualina, but she seems insistent, like she's going to. You can gather from her body language. And no one starts arguing with her, and they're all like, okay, And
They
they're all
love you very much.
And I love them. I'd do anything for them.
I
I
didn't
would have, I guess.
have a family like that, so I'm...
Well, I'm sorry.
And now you'll never have a family because of Paul.
Maybe
How
we
dare
could be
he.
family in this life if you never had a Nona. You've taken good care of me.
That's an honor.
Well, honor's all mine. You've been really nice to me today, despite the circumstances, and your friend Vissenta.
It's hard on everyone.
Did she
to
know
come-
those people, though,
I don't...
down there?
What makes you say that?
Because I just have a feeling her and that boy looked kind of alike.
Really? Well, I don't know.
Give me manipulation plus subterfuge. Difficulty of 3. How many dice you rolling?
3. I got 3 successes.
Oh wow. She's like, okay. Seems to believe you.
Well, I'll leave you here.
Okay. Will you come meet me tomorrow at the building? You don't have to, but I'd like to talk to you some more.
What
You
time?
better do it.
Noon?
I'll see you then.
Now you're going to have to save Vissenta, pull her ass out of the fire. What are they going to do when they find out that she's a vampire and that all her little family's vampires as well? You're going to have to save her sorry ass too.
Well, have a good night.
You too. She walks off, kind of, following her family.
I'm gonna go into the neighbors' houses and try to find some asshole who is an immigrant and young.
Okay. Okay.
Someone who's like kicking a kid. Some lady who's, I don't know.
Somebody beating a dog.
Yes.
You see passionate arguments and things like that, but nothing
That deserves what's
that
coming
deserves
to
it.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seems like saying this is a lot easier than doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, it's either Jacqueline or somebody else. Are they worth letting Jacqueline die?
Jacqueline's gonna die one day.
Yeah, she can die peacefully in her bed in old age, or she can get an axe through her pretty little face. It's you to decide, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right. So, Dee, you were saying?
Yeah. Or, of course, you could save them both. I mean, let's face it. Look how you've been protecting Vissenta. Look how you've been protecting Jacqueline this whole time. Look how you beat the shit out of Paul. I mean, really? Do you really even have to give in to this asshole? What if you walk up into that court and expose him for the piece of shit he is? You can save them both.
I don't have any proof, though.
It's him. There's got to be a way to find some proof. In fact, why don't we switch gears and why don't we look for some proof? And then we throw that piece of shit under the trolley that he belongs in. And you can save him.
That could work. I don't know if he's on to me knowing who he was, though.
You remember men like that? They're too arrogant to think that someone like you can bring them down. They look down on you because you're a servant, but you know what? They're so cocky. They're shit. They're full of their own mythology of themselves. Think how sweet it'll be when he gets thrown to the forges. And you'll have protected Jacqueline and Pascalina. And anyone else that Paul would go after.
I wonder... No, I don't think he could help. I was wondering, cause you mentioned the forges, so I was like, Sam Smith got thrown out of there. Maybe he would want to... Well, I'm the one who got him thrown out of there. Okay, never mind. I can't do that. That's not gonna work. Anytime I'm around him, I piss him off, and we piss each other off, so it's not gonna work. So I could either do that, or...
Maybe that Erasmus can help. I don't know.
I'm not supposed to talk to him, though.
That's true.
But
if he automatically saw you, like if he just happened to see you himself, that's not really breaking the dictum, Morna. Or what about your uncle? I mean,
tell
he
my
is
uncle.
family.
I could
What good
tell
is
him.
family if they won't help out now?
That's true. Since
I bet he knows exactly who that man is. I bet you can get his name. Vissenta did say to get his name.
yeah,
You can do this. Look at you. You're going to be able to save them all, and they're all going to have you to thank.
you're right.
You can do this.
I'm gonna find Royce. You're right.
So you're off to find Royce.
Yeah.
Okay.
I forgot about him.
I did too. I went right that second.
Which is why I wanted y'all to pump the brakes. I didn't want it to go down some dark ass
It
road.
was way dark.
Yeah. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, let's pump. there are options. There are options here.
Yeah.
Lots of them.
I like this a lot better. I really don't
Yes.
want anybody else to get killed.
Me neither. I really wanted it to be some asshole.
I thought the
Anyway.
murdered guy was good. Or the other dude, like the asshole dude in the jail.
Yep.
It wasn't until later I was like, damn it, he ain't
Yep.
female. But then,
All right.
I don't know.
So you're off to look for Royce.
Mhm.
It's about midnight. And you hear a lonesome whistle echoing through the city. And then passing by a train hovering just above the tracks. Semi-opaque. You can see people sitting inside it. Other wraiths.
You don't have to pay for this because I don't have no damn money.
And it pulls up to a stop.
Ugh.
Midnight
try-
Express now boarding. Next stop,
I'll-
Stygia.
I'll try to get on.
All right. And they look at you and they said, ma'am, you got to pay the fare to go.
God damn it.
You have a ticket?
I don't have any money. Dante just told me to get on here. I'm supposed to go
Oh.
to Stygia so I
You're
can
Dante's.
go.
All right. First ride's free then.
Hey.
Come on aboard.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Welcome aboard the Midnight Express. And this lurching beast of a machine that you've never seen the likes of it any time in your existence.
Oh yeah.
That is, a matter of fact, give me a willpower check.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
And it's not it's just your willpower rating. So you don't have to
Like
do
what?
unspent. You can just roll what your dots are in willpower. You're permanent.
Oh, okay. That's better. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 5. What's the difficulty?
Difficulty 6.
Okay. Hang on. I got some ones to cancel out here. 3 successes.
So you're trembling a little bit, but you kind of take a deep breath and you step on board. And you notice rows upon rows of seats. And, people, wraiths, in various states of being. Some that look like they've been moliated and hardly look, they look like Beetlejuice characters. And,
Oh, Lord.
And others that, look pretty human, minus a few guild marks here and there. And the train soon begins to lurch forward. Next stop, Stygia.
If she could pee, she would feel like she had to pee. Like, this is nerve-wracking. Weirdness pee. In a ghost puddle.
And we'll talk about that more in next session. In the meantime, Cassandra, not sure where to go. Where are you heading to find Royce?
I guess back to the church. I could ask that Herschel dude, like,
Yeah.
Oh,
where's like
yeah.
our headquarters?
Yeah. So you're heading back? And are you sure you shouldn't have been part of the Legion of Fate?
What does that mean?
Because here comes Royce.
What?
Just happens to be walking down the street towards the church. The church.
She'll gasp and call his name.
And he kind of stops. Another lady is with him. One that you recognize from the last meeting. Or no, actually, you haven't met this person. Or was Anna there at the last one? I can't remember.
Remember an Anna.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
So there's a shorter redheaded girl with him. They're both wearing like an armor over, gray fatigues.
Soldiers.
Yeah, they
I
look like
read
they're
my-
soldier stuff.
I read my Grim Legion thing.
Yep. And he kind of turns and sees you, and he goes, "Cassandra, hey."
Could I talk to you for a minute, just real quick?
Sure. Yeah, Anna, hang on. What's going on?
Okay, where to begin? Obviously, I was murdered. I don't believe I told you who murdered me, did I? Well, regardless, it was a man named Paul Montgomery, and
I heard in the court, yeah.
I thought he was being possessed by a demon. He's also being possessed by a wraith.
Really?
Yeah, and I think I know who the wraith is. I
Who?
don't know his name, but I know
Well,
his...
you do. You heard it. let's see if Cassandra remembers.
Yeah.
So give me wits plus intelligence.
You want some help with that?
Nah, because I know his position.
Difficulty 6.
You said wits plus intelligence?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 5.
Wow. Yeah, it comes back
Damn.
to William Miller.
Ah, yes. William Miller. It's William Miller. Yes.
What?
Yes.
That's a very big accusation.
I know.
Cassandra, do you know who he is?
Yes, I just met him and found out he's the Legion of Penitence.
Penitent
Leader?
Legion, yeah.
Um,
He's their Anacreon.
yes.
And you're saying he's going around doing what exactly?
He's possessing Paul and making him murder. He asked me to find someone else to murder, so...
Come with me.
Okay.
We don't need to be talking about this out here.
Okay.
We need to go to someplace safe.
Okay.
And he's like, Anna, you need to hear this. And he takes you off to discuss what you know. They both look, he especially looks really serious, stern-faced, like some serious shit is going down or being accused. And we'll find out what the results of this conversation are next week. Till then, let's talk about tonight's session. What is Cassandra feeling as she goes with Royce?
Like she's ready for this to be over. She's tired of being wound up one way or the other trying to save Jacqueline, and she's like, one, this needs to get resolved soon so I can save Jacqueline, and 2, I just want this fucking nightmare to end, because having to feel like a piece of shit about the little Italian family, she's like, I was gonna do it, and I'm glad that I did not do it, because I don't know what would have happened if I had done that. I don't know who that person would have been. So she's just like, please let this work this time.
As you're walking, something that maybe makes you feel like this is worth it flies by your feet. You don't see everything on it, but you do see the big letters that say, remember her name. What's Vissenta feeling as she rocks back and forth through the storms, swirling all around the train?
Like she
She
needs to pee.
Yeah, like she needs to pee. Like if she could pee, she would pee herself. This is nerve-wracking and heartbreaking. And she's back to Ella Messina don't give a shit about me. Like Ella Messina is just using me. Like she just is telling me what I want to hear. And she's acting one way with me and she's acting another way with Maldo. I've been replaced. And yeah.
Pardon me, my lady. I noticed that you were deep in thought, and I don't mean to interrupt you, but is this seat taken?
Oh my god. Who is it? Like,
it's a very robust, rotund man with a swirling handlebar mustache, balding. But he's got a comb over. Wearing a purple suit with an orange vest. Looks like Willy Wonka. If Willy Wonka ate all product.
If the fat one won the chocolate factory,
yeah.
Augustus Gloop.
Yeah, if Augustus Gloop won the chocolate factory.
Oh my god. Somewhere deep in her memory, she's like, huh. She's like maybe a vague memory of her first husband, like conjuring up.
Like there's something. Something
and
about you gives me a bad taste.
Yes, she's trying not to be a rude ass. So she goes, go right ahead.
Thank you. I noticed that you seem perplexed and very deep in thought. Something just stirred in me.
He's a simp.
Call it fate. Call it something more. I don't know. But just to talk to you. See how you were.
Well, that's very kind of you, sir. What is your name?
My name is Professor Oglethorpe.
Is that German?
Yes, as a matter of fact. I hope you don't hold that against me.
And Vissenta's like, I'm Italian. I just was curious.
Yes. My parents were immigrants to America in the 1700s. I still come back sometimes to visit New York. You understand?
New York, yeah.
She's like, what is that?
Yeah, she's just kind of smiling like,
oh, forgive me, you're very old, aren't you?
And you know how she's just kind of like, I'm tired of people telling me how old I am.
I mean no respect. Disrespect, I'm sorry. No respect. I mean no disrespect.
None taken.
Well, yes. You see, I'm attuned to these things, and are you having any kind of whispers? Are you having problems with your shadow?
Currently?
Yes.
No, says your shadow.
Deeply offended shadow.
What was your shadow's name again?
The Perfectionist.
What is with this guy? Talking to your shadow. You don't like this guy one bit. You don't like him being here. And you don't know why, but he needs to go the fuck away.
Ask him to leave. You have your own shit to worry about. Did he even ask your name? No. What if you told him your name?
Then I'll get morphed into that fat ass's pair of pants. And she says that in her head.
Good point. Good point. You should get rid of him.
And she's just like, she's trying to think of a nice way to say kick rocks. Yes, I was just, I'm on my way to meet someone. I was just deep in thought. But thank you for your concerns.
I understand. Well, my card, if you need my services. And he hands you the card, and it's got black, like, stains, like, as he hands it to you, like, from his hand, smudged, like, black ink stains, almost. And it just says, Professor Oglethorpe, PG.
Me, sir, what is a PG?
You don't know? When you arrive in Stygia, and he takes out a fountain pen with ink and kind of dips it in there, and puts it carefully back and writes an address on the back of the card. Come see me here, and I can talk to you more about it. Don't worry, there's nothing malicious. We'll be in public. There'll be other fellow compatriots around. That I mean nothing by this. I can tell that you think that I have malicious intent. I do not. My lady, I just wish to help those who may be having problems with their other half.
If he's not strong enough to handle a shadow, that's his problem, not yours.
Professor Oglethorpe, I will keep it in consideration.
Well, please do.
She's kind of weirded out, like, what the fuck?
I feel that fate aligned us to meet tonight. Something about it. I'm sorry I normally don't just approach people, and especially don't hand them my card. I hope you'll understand to keep that for yourself.
Yes,
I'll be back
sir.
to my area. I do apologize. Yes.
Thank you.
And he kind of gets up with a grunt and waddles off.
Get out of here, asshole.
But she's kind of disturbed when he's like, oh, I think it was just fate.
Yeah, he keeps dropping that.
And that's making her more and more unnerved. Fate is not a nice thing to her. Like, she associates fate with being something bad.
That's where we'll end our session. Due to the intensity of things and the way things are shifting, I'm going to give you both 4 XP.
Sweet.
What was your favorite Cassandra moment of the night, D?
When she was like, no, fuck it, I'm gonna do the right thing, and I'm not just gonna sacrifice somebody to get what I want, because I think that was a huge obstacle to overcome.
Yeah, for sure.
Because, I mean, honestly, if it had been Vissenta probably would have been like,
Just kill
you know.
Got real
Yeah.
close. Not
It
gonna
did.
lie.
But you didn't, though. Like, you stood the firm line, and I think that was very... Obviously, that's you as a person, but I think that was very good. Like, with Cassandra, I can see that with Cassandra, too, because Cassandra's, like, you know, courage. I mean, honestly, that took courage, a lot of courage, for her to do that, and just to be like, no, fuck you, Shadow.
Yeah,
Like,
I agree.
to look out for those who need protection.
Yeah. You stood up. It's easy to stand up whenever it feels easy to do. But when your chips are against the wall and you do that, it's pretty huge.
Like, I think you really played into your courage passion with that, and I think it was really,
Yeah,
really,
I
really
agree.
good.
As a matter of fact, have you have any is your pathos full, Monica, or do you have some that's been spent?
I don't.
Do you have check marks below on pathos?
Yeah, I
Any
have
box
3
is empty?
little slashes through it.
Let me see your shit.
Okay.
What does the full bubble mean again? I don't know why I have a full bubble.
It means you probably can't go beyond that.
Gotcha. Then yes, I have some. I
Yeah.
have some.
So you have a lot that's spent. Roll 5 dice. For any 6s you get, you're going to get a point back.
Okay.
Because that's a big crossroads type thing. I would say
Yeah.
it's definitely playing into courage.
And it took a lot.
Yeah, good call, D.
5. Do 10s count as 2?
Yes, they do.
Oh,
Yes.
hell yeah.
So you get all your pathos back, I think.
Hey. Yes.
Hey!
Thanks, Shadow.
Maybe you're not so bad after all.
Yeah.
Seriously, like, I think it took a lot of courage, which, keep in mind, just message me if it's, like, too dark. Just be like, too dark, okay?
No, and it just...
Like,
and that
seriously,
comes down to me. I mean, the games are World of Darkness. It deals with some heavy adult subjects.
Yeah, but I mean, like, just with Monica, like, if you're just like, oh, that's too much, just let me know, okay? Like, you're not gonna hurt my feelings or anything like that.
No,
like, I would rather you be like, bitch, too much, back off, and I'd be like, okay, cool.
No, it wasn't too much.
Yeah.
So,
well,
because even though it got kind of closer, even I was going, oh crap, I don't know what to do. I got to turn, but I don't know where to turn to.
Yeah.
Well,
that's how it was.
and we'll talk about something after this that Discord will help with. I'll go over that, but we'll do that when we're done recording.
Okay.
In the meantime, D. No, I already did you. Monica, what was your favorite Vissenta moment?
I think when you clapped back after you were like, fuck it, I'm taking this call, and they were like, fascinating. And you were like, hey, I'm still a person. Like, I don't know. I just thought that was important instead of being like, oh, whatever, or like, it was like, hey, I'm doing this shit for my dad, and y'all aren't my entire world, even though you are a very big part of it.
Well, and to me, it almost felt like you transitioned from being a vampire to being a wraith in that moment.
Yeah.
A little more.
Yeah.
I think so, because, I mean, on one hand, she's like, look, I understand the need to feed, but you don't have to do it like this. Like, she knows she was not taught to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she knows damn well, like, you didn't teach me to do this shit like this.
Yeah.
And
to
then
revel in the person's pain. Yep.
Yeah, like, just, and also she's like, this shouldn't hurt. Like, what are you not telling me?
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, with Ella Messina, it shouldn't be hurting.
Well, and what I need to clarify in that is it probably wasn't. It's that they were hurting her still in other ways. Like they were cutting on her and clawing her, and they were not. Oh. Yeah.
It's like just...
It's that it wasn't that the kiss was hurting her.
Oh.
Yeah, it's that they were.
Or they were forcefully feeding, because if you feed too forcefully too, that'll.
Right.
Honestly, I thought they were chopping her open because Ella Messina has no teeth anymore, and they had to feed her like that.
Still has teeth. I think we said earlier she still has teeth, but I mean,
but how good are they at piercing more?
I don't know. I mean, because she has the she had that flaw where she didn't heal right.
Oh yes.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
But yeah, it's kind of like. Yeah, I thought about just like going on, but then it was like, you know what? No, fuck you.
Mm-hmm.
Sit there and now she's probably like, she probably knows he fucking drugged my ass out into the sun. Probably like, oh well.
Speculation time.
Yeah. Well,
I know, and that's okay. It's part of the fun. So we will find out what happens in chapter 7 next week. Until then, have a spooky night. Ooh.